Welcome to DRSN. My name's Chris Murphy here with the Smokin Thunder Arca series. Jumping on here a little bit late into the show, but we'll get you all the coverage we can to see if we can get up some scoring and find out where we are in the race. All right. Looks like John. You can see Jonathan Kibbe there on the outside. I recognize the 13 car. The number 2 of Brandon Biddy right there with the lead. Kibbe and Ashley. That's our top 3 right now. Caution out once again on the speedway. Just popping up on the screen here. First caution here on lap 32 out of 75 laps. Brandon Biddy, Jonathan Kibbe, Chad Ashley, Cody Deek, and Jordan Kibbe. That is your top 5 right now. So thank you for joining us here tonight on DRSN for the Smokin Thunder Arca series. So caution underway. We already passed the first stage. I don't have the stage information. Like I said, just jumping on here a little bit late, but we're going to get you rocking and rolling. Get some car sound set up here for you. We'll jump on and bring you everything we possibly can. There we go. All right, thank you so much for being in the chat. See a bunch of people active in the YouTube chat already. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. If you haven't been here before, hit the subscribe button. Give us a like. We're about halfway through this race, 33 laps. In stage, where are we at here? 43, let me see. 33 of the 75. So I have a little bit of our information, a little bit of skew, lap leading, stuff like that. But right now, it looks like Brandon Biddy's got command of this one. Jonathan Kibbe right there behind him in the number 13. All right, 32 drivers look like took the green flag here, and I've got 30 left out on the racetrack. This first caution rolling out, it looked like it might have been involved Brandon Castletoe. Let's see if we can take a quick look at it. We got drivers down pit road. Looks like some contact from behind right there. Upside down is a 74. That is Chance Forrester going for a ride. Let's just take a quick look at that one more time here and see what happens to Chancey. Down here on the bottom of the racetrack, he's going to come up across. We're basically 4 wide at this point. Chancey comes up across the racetrack, gets into the door of the 87. They're both going to slide down on the grass. Watch the 74 right here. He comes sliding back up the racetrack. I guess might have lost the brakes on that car. Keep it down in the grass, and he is going to get up in the outside wall, collect the 43 and the 71. And go for a ride upside down here at Chicagoland. A big ride for Chancey Forrester here on lap, well, it's going to be our first caution right around lap 35. All right, pit stops underway. Anthony Bessel is going to inherit the lead here. Damian Sabo right there behind David Riddle, Dwayne Pierce, and Jordan Kibbe. That is now your top 5 as we are under caution. As we said for the first time, let's get back to live racing action. All right, so we're going to take this opportunity here real quick to just jump away for just a moment while the under caution here. We got at least one more lap left to go. As we take a look at our leader right now, Bissell, lights are still on the pace car. So I'm going to go around one more time. We're going to jump away here for just a moment. We'll be right back. Here's a quick word from our friends at CDSN.
The Collateral Damage Sports Network overlays can take your broadcast to the next level. Whether you want to kick off the show with our all-new infographics or wrap it up with our Race Results 2.0 with podium and superlatives, In the race, dive in to see who got on and off pit road the fastest, and then use our head-to-head plug-in package to know exactly when your driver will catch the leader. For your onboard cameras, you've got to have the tower telemetry. Then for the rest of your broadcast, keep up with all the action with alerts for penalties, off-tracks, and other events, stage break grids, alternative leaderboards, special event plugins like the Indy 500 qualifying, and a ton more to keep up with all your favorite drivers from start to finish, from country to country, and pull your standings directly from SimRacer Hub. Join all of our elite broadcasting partners and find your next broadcast upgrade.
All right, getting back here to live action. We're coming up to turn number 4 right now. Beasel, Kip, Sambo, Riddle, and Pierce. Now your top 4. Going to go back to green flag action here on lap 36. Lap 37 underway across the line. Bissell, Thabo, Pierce, our last leader, Brandon Biddy, came down and pitted here on lap 141. Let's see if he can make his way through. Caution out again for the second time. This looks like it involves Chad Ashley. I see the 31 up on the side of Austin Wood. So 2 cautions here, and for some reason, both cautions have ended up with a car up on their lid. Let's take a look and see if we can see what happened to the 31 of Wood. It looks like somebody just didn't get going. Kind of backing up the field right there. And just up ahead of the group right here, you can see the 43 and the 76. We'll jump up here and take a look here at Paul Durkee in the 43 up on the outside of the racetrack. And that is going to gather up the cars down on the inside. And the 171, let's just take a look at that one more time here. The 171 just kind of keeps on the throttle through this. We're just going to watch this in real speed. Watch Castle, so they're already crashing up in front of him. Here comes the 171. He's going to get gathered up in this and just kind of keep pushing. Pushes the 31 upside down. And Austin Wood's going to end up on his side. So the Olin-sponsored number 31 of Austin Wood involved here in this second caution. We're back to live racing action one more time. Again, apologies for being here a little bit late. Thank you so much for hanging out in the chat. We saw you jumping around in there, chatting back and forth with each other with nothing really on the screen, but we're here live with you now. So once again, appreciate you joining us. Hit the subscribe button. Give us a like if you haven't already. Right now, we are 38 laps down. We're just past the halfway point here at Chicagoland with the Smokin' Thunder Arca series. And Anthony Beasel finds his way to the point. So a little further back, the first car that came in and pitted back on that first caution, lap 33, is Sean Labos. And then Jordan Kibbe right there in 6th. So top 4 right now did not pit on this latest round. We did, since we jumped in a little late, we don't have the earlier pit stop stats, but I'm sure everybody pitted at the end of stage number 1. Hey, Shree, see you up there in the chat. Thanks for jumping on here. Appreciate it. All right, single file here. We got one more lap around. Get back to racing action here for the Smokin' Thunder Arca Rookie Series. So don't forget, we still have more action coming your way this week here on DRSN. Tomorrow night, Liam Irving will be bringing you coverage of the Cars, the Victory Lane Outlaw Cars Late Model Series, coming at you from Kern Speedway. I'll be here Friday night with a Half Decent Racing League, bringing you coverage of their Xfinity Series. I believe we're at North Wilkesboro. I got to check down the schedule on that one. Then Saturday night, the JWR E-Racing Saturday Night Fever Super Speedway Money Racing. That's going to be an exciting one, but the big one we're looking forward to next week, Monday through Thursday. If you like dirt track racing, we got 410 sprints for 4 nights of racing with the Dirty Old Bastards Kings Royal, the 9th annual Kings Royal. All 4 nights starting at 9 o'clock Eastern, Monday through Thursday. Starting off on Monday night with some preliminary events. I think I could say that word. Ended on Thursday with the finale, the main event, crowning the 9th annual Kings Royal for Dirty Old Bastards. Be here with my friend Matt Medler for that one. Really looking forward to that show. We love some dirt track racing anytime we get a chance to cover some. And the 410 sprints are going to put on a heck of a show at Eldora, but we're going to get back to going action here. Rolling through 3 and 4. Green flag will come out this time around. Anthony Beazle, Damian Sabo, Dwayne Pierce, Shane Lobos. And if I get anybody's names wrong, just send me a letter. We'll get it corrected later on. All right, green flag in the air. One more time here on lap number 40. Beazle on the bottom of the racetrack. Sabo up to the top. Pierce and Lobos right there behind him. Lobos going to make his way up to 4th. And then fall back to 5th. We jump on the left front fender of Riddle right there. Down the back straightaway. The 5 car. I like the paint job on Jordan Kibbe's car. Just nice and plain and simple. Looks like they do the rattle can on it. I had a race car look like that one time. But up front, Sabo is going to find his way to the point. Jordan Kibbe now to 2nd. Beazle started in 1st on this restart. He is now falling back to 3rd. And we're 3 wide there for 2nd. We got Kibbe, Beazle, and Biddy. Here comes Brandon Biddy. He was leading before our first caution, back on lap 32. Well, the first caution according to our records. But Biddy now up on the outside in the 2. He's going to find his way around the outside of the 31. Is that 31? Is that Pierce? Looks like it's Lobos. It's 10 on my screen. Oh, the 31's a lap car of Austin Wood that was just upside down. There we go. My first time with these guys. Give me a chance to get my situated with who is who. So right now, it is still Sabo out in front in the 14. Jordan Kibbe closing in the 5. Right there behind him is Braden Biddy. Anthony Beazle in tow back in 4th. A little further back through the field, we see a battle going on back here. The side-by-side, it's a 34 of Riddle up on the outside. Got Ashley down to his inside in the 54. Pierce and Minute all going at it. We're 3 wide as we come across the line to start lap number 43. And it's Biddy setting the newest, fastest lap of the race, and he has made his way around the outside of Jordan Kibbe for 3rd. Brandon Biddy on a mission, right, trying to get back to the point. He's now up to 2nd. Jordan Kibbe right there behind him. Anthony Beazle has settled back into 4th. He's got Shane Lobos in the 10 car up on the outside right there. Lobos pitted back on lap 33. I like the paint job there on the 90. Now we're going to get back to the front because I think we're going to have a battle here for the lead. It's about 0.3 of a second between Damon Sabo and Brandon Biddy. Biddy is closing in. Look at the 2 car. Look at the run he gets through 3 and 4. Up on the outside coming off of 4. He's got the momentum. He's going to come down the hill, drive it down the hill across the line. He is now within about a car length. Here comes Biddy down to the bottom. Taking a look underneath the 14 of Sabo. Easy run. They're going to make a little contact off of turn number 2. No harm, no foul. A little wiggle right there from the 14. Going to lose a little momentum. And here comes Jordan Kibbe now in the 5. He's looking to get up to 2nd. So a little contact there from Brandon Biddy and Jordan Kibbe. Is there any... those names rhyme for some reason. No wonder I keep thinking I'm saying the same thing. Sabo fights back up on the outside. He's going to take that 2nd spot back away from Jordan. All right, Brandon Biddy's made his way back to the point, led up to about lap 31. Now we got top 3 kind of breakaway here. Biddy, Sabo, and Kibbe. That's your top 3. It's a little further back here. Side-by-side action going on for 6th, 7th, and 8th. See Jonathan Kibbe down the bottom of the racetrack. He's got Lobos up on the outside. Right behind him is Tyler Hornig in the 62. Behind them is Chad Ashley and Alex Minute. Kibbe and Lobos side-by-side down the back straightaway. This is fighting it to get back into the top 5. Lobos in 5th. Here comes the 62 of Hornig. Great run. He's going to make it 3 wide. Goes up to the top shelf. Off of turn number 4. Here comes the 62. And looks like Ashley wants to make it 4 wide. He goes down on the apron of the racetrack. We're 4 wide heading into turn number 1. Somebody's got to let up here. And they're going to get together. 13 of Kibbe's going to get into the 10. And around they're going to go. Kibbe hard into the outside wall. The 31's going to get collected in this one as well of Austin Wood. They're going to get more contact into the 71. Also going to drive into this one is Jacob Stray. A little further up the field, we've got the 10 car still of Lobos. Looks like he's turned around still. trying to get it gathered back up. So big incident here on lap number 49, lap number 50 here. 25 laps left to go at this point. We are under caution once again. So let's take a look here and see if we can see what happened. We happened to be on Lobos and Kibby here at the time it happened. 4 wide. It just didn't look like that was going to work getting into turn number 1. And Kibby drifts up the racetrack, gets into the left rear quarter of Lobos, and it just gets into him one more time. We're going to stop this here in just a second so I can see what happens here throughout this incident as we see Lobos here. And we're just going to get a whole bunch of cars involved in this. The 43's in it, the 76, the 22. Lobos still spinning, the 115. Also involved in this. I was looking at the 71 of Straw. Just when I thought it was over with, it looked like Jacob Straw said he wanted to be part of the party. We're going to watch this from his angle. Keep an eye on the 71 right in front of him. Cars getting together. You can see some cars checking up here already. And he's going around the outside of the 88. He's just going to head on right into the 31. So a bunch of cars involved in this one. At least 10 cars, maybe more. As we are under caution here once again on lap number 50. Here with the Smokin Thunder Arca Series. And that is going to put Alex Minute out to the front. So we've got, let's see who jumped down the pitch. Jonathan Kibby down the pitch trying to get some repairs after getting involved in that incident. Where did Brandon Biddy go? Brandon Biddy, looks like he pitted here on. So Brandon Biddy, Jordan Kibby, Chad Ashley, Beazle, Sabo, Hornig, all going to come down pit road. That is going to hand the lead over to the 55. That looks kind of like a Kenny Wallace kind of a throwback there of the 55. Like the paint job right there on Minute. All right, 25 laps left to go at this point. We're going to go at least for around at least one more time. Caution lights are still on the pace car. All right, one more lap around, and we will be back to racing action. Alex Minute, Sammy McLennan, and Timothy Watson, Randy Waugh, and Scotty Hansey. That's your top 5, and it's Kibby, Biddy, Beazle, Ashley, Sabo, rounding out the top 10 right now as we take a look here at the 56. Well, I say 56, so it says 56 on my timing and scoring, but it's actually 14 on the car. These guys do everything they can to make it as difficult as possible for us broadcasters. All right, well, 13 of Jonathan Kibby's got himself back up into 12th. All right, we've got 24 more laps left to go in this race. Can we get him under green? We've had a few cautions here, a little flurry of cautions here in the last 18 or 19 laps. Once again, thank you so much for joining us. We jumped in here a little bit late. My name is Chris Murphy here with DRSN. If it's your first time with us, hit the subscribe button. You don't want to miss anything coming your way in the next few weeks. Make sure you hit the little bell, the little notify button, so you get an email, you get a text, you get a smoke signals. I don't know what they send out all the time, but you want to get notified whenever we go live so you don't miss any action here on DRSN. Lights are still on the pace car. I thought they were going to go out that time, so we're going to go around at least one more time. And I'm just going to take a quick moment and grab a drink. I'll be back in about 30 seconds. All right, Sammy McLean in the 52. Let's see. Let's pull up our lap leader since we jumped on. This was only going to show since we jumped on the broadcast. Biddy's led 8. Beazle was 6. Sabo 5 minutes now led 2. Ashley and Kibby have both led a lap. Biggest gainers of the race. McLennan in second right now. He is up 19 spots. Jordan Kibby up 16. Minute, your leader, has moved up 13 spots. Randy Waugh and Josh Joshua Phillips, and it looks like we're gonna have some late pit stops here. So some late pit stops. We see Minute, and it's going to dive down pit road. That is going to hand the lead over to the 36 of Waugh. I'm a little confused what's going on the racetrack here. It looks like we had some drivers with some late stops. Drive down pit road. Randy Waugh on the 36. I'm not sure where he's going. Where is the pace car? And Waugh's going to dive down pit road. Where is Ashley going here? So Ashley, we're still under caution here. At least that's what my time in scoring says. Let's see if we can get some race control or something up on our screen so we can figure out what is going on right now in this race. Anybody up there in the YouTube chat have any idea? You could clue me in, would be helpful. There is our pace car. Did my timing and scoring just go wonkers on me? Because I'm seeing Chad Ashley in the 54 is shown as the leader on my screen. Minute is the first car behind the pace car. Thanks, Burke. I'm with you, buddy. I don't have any idea what's going on either. Matter of fact, we're going to jump over to a channel in the Discord and see if we can figure it out. Pace car is out on the racetrack. The lights are out. It looks like maybe they reset the order here. So Kibby now out in front. Ashley right there behind him. We see a bunch of drivers getting a wave around. Lights are still on. So we're gonna see if we can figure out what's going on. And we'll be right back.
Yeah. Yeah, something's going on with iRacing. It had half the field past the pace car. And so we're all going around the pace car right now to get everybody back on the right lap. Yeah, it was something messed up with iRacing. I think the cautions fell too soon or something. Yep.
Alright, so it looks like a little bug with iRacing software itself. It instructed a whole bunch of drivers to drive around the pace car, which put them kind of a lap ahead of everybody, and so they're just trying to get it sorted out manually. So we're going to get it sorted out here. It looks like we've got the lights out on the pace car this time. We've still got 19 laps left to go. Ashley, Kibby, Beazle, Sabo, Colin Swanson, that is your top 5 currently. As we look at the number 54 and the 5 of Kibby on the outside. You know, I had a late model in the late 80s, early 90s that I painted the number 5 on the door with a can of spray paint, and that looked a lot like that. So I'm kind of rooting for Jordan here to see if he can hang on to this one, see if he can stay up front. But right now, looks like we're going to go around, see if the pace car makes a left turn here. It does. We're going to go back to racing action here. We're going to have 18 laps left to go. As we come across the line, we will start lap 57. A black flag there for Brandon Biddy. I'm pretty sure that'll get waved off in the middle of all this confusion that's going on. And we are back to green flag racing here with 18 to go. Ashley, Kibby, Sable, Beazle. And Ashley gets a huge, huge jump. Cable. It's going to be Kibby right there in second. Hornick now in the 62 is going to find his way up to 4th. He's got Sable right there in front of him. He's going to ground Beazle up on the outside as Colin Swanson in the 22. And here comes Jonathan Kibby in the 13. Jonathan was running in the top 3 earlier on in the event. He is now back up to 7th, trying to make his way to the front of the pack. But right now, up in front, it's Ashley, and here comes Jordan Kibby on the inside. They head down into number 1. The number 5's got the run on the inside of the racetrack. It's a little bit loose getting in the corner. He's going to gather it back up. Right down on the white line is Jordan Kibbe. Here comes Chad Ashley fighting back on the outside. Damon Sable right there behind him. A good run for Ashley off the top of the corner. Able to carry the momentum off the top of the racetrack down the back straightaway into 3 and 4. He's going to have the lead. Come across the line with 16 to go. It's going to be Chad Ashley. And look at Tyler Horning in the 62. He has got a run. He is going to make his way around Sable and get up alongside of Kibbe for second. Tyler Horning, we're 3 wide off of turn number 2 for second. Kibbe, Horning, Sabo, right there behind him it is Swanson and Jonathan Kibbe. You could throw a blanket over the top 6 or top 7 right now. Ashley's got a little bit of a lead over Jonathan Kibbe, and then it's a hornet's nest behind him. Jonathan Kibbe's going to drive down to the bottom of the racetrack, down on the apron. He's going to try to make it a 2-fer. He's going to try to get around Horning and Swanson. Just about pushes up the racetrack into the 62, but here comes Kibbe with a run back on the inside of the racetrack, drifting up to the outside, and here we're going to go back to the front. Ashley, Kibbe, Sabo. Right now the 5 of Jordan Kibbe has reeled in our leader, the 54, and here comes Damon Sabo back on the bottom. So it's just who can get the run at the right time right now at this point. You can see every driver getting a little ahead of steam, able to make a run. They kind of stall it out and fall back a little bit. Colin Swanson in the 22 is going to get that run up on the outside of Jordan Kibbe. And he is going to take that second spot away. The 5 seems to be struggling here a little bit. Losing a lot of momentum because here comes Tyler Horning down on the bottom of the racetrack in the 62. Sabo up on the outside. We're 3 wide off of 4 for third. Can they make it through? They're going to get through there. It looked like there's going to be a little bit of a contact. The 62 had to check up from keep to getting into the left rear quarter of the 5. And here comes Colin Swanson. He has got a nose up underneath the leader, Chad Ashley. Swanson going for the lead. Started back in 18th. He's up 16 spots, now up to second. Colin Swanson in the Raw sponsor number 22. He is challenging our leader, Chad Ashley, in the 54. Right there behind him, it's Damon Sabo in the 14 on your screen, 56 on the timing and scoring. Jonathan Kibbe back up to 4th. I'm watching for that number 2 car, Brandon Biddy. He's got his way back up to 8th. He's now along the outside of the 99 of Beazle for 7th. He's going to get around Beazle. He's also going to drive by the 5 of Jordan Kibbe. So Biddy trying to get his way back up to the front. Little contact with the outside wall. You've seen Jonathan Kibbe in the 13 get a little bit looser, brush the concrete. And here comes Colin Swanson. 11 laps to go. He has got a run on the outside down the back straightaway off of turn number 2. He is looking to the outside of the 54, Chad Ashley. Swanson's going to take the lead into turn number 3, way up on the outside of the racetrack. Is that going to give Ashley a little advantage? He's down the white line off of turn number 4. They're side by side. It's a drag race to the line to see who's going to have the lead this time by. And it's going to be Swanson. Swanson will lead us across the line with 10 to go. Here comes Brandon Biddy in the 2. He is now up to 5th. And here comes Jonathan Kibbe. He's going to make it 3 wide. He sees the hole in the middle. Swanson moves down the racetrack, blocks it off. Jonathan Kibbe now going to stay up on the top of the racetrack. We got 5 cars here fighting it out for the lead. It's Swanson, Kibbe, Ashley, Biddy, and Sabo. Watch the 2 of Brandon Biddy. He is now going to make his way around the outside of the 54 of Ashley. He's up to 3rd. Swanson and Jonathan Kibbe now fighting it out for the lead. Kibbe on the bottom in the 13 in the Canada Dry. Jameson, I guess you mix those together, you got a hell of a drink right there. But Kibbe now down to the bottom. He wants to lead. 8 to go this time by the stripe. Swanson side by side. I mean, we got 6 or 7 cars right here. I mean, maybe up to 8. Here comes Brandon Biddy. He's going to make it 3 wide. Make a little contact with the 22. Drifts up the corner coming off of turn number 2. They make contact. They're going to keep it going. Brandon Biddy forced that 3 wide situation. Got into the door with the 22. but checked up. And we're going to keep it. He's got a line to the bottom. Does Biddy go to the bottom of the racetrack as Kibby and Swanson are now beating on each other off of turn number 4. I don't think there's a car up here in the front that doesn't have some kind of damage, at least a little bit of flattened pancake door panels at least, because here we are one more time. Biddy on the bottom. He has to check up to stay out of the 13. We're 3 wide for third. Sabo back on the outside. He sees a hole right there. He went for that same hole that Biddy saw last time, but it closed up on him. He has to back out of it. Chad Ashley in the 54 restarted, and look at that run from Sabo on the bottom of the racetrack. He's going to get a twofer. He's going to go around Kibby and Swanson. Sabo to the lead. It's Damon Sabo and Jonathan Kibby across the line this time. 6 to go. And around, that looked like that was the 54 of Ashley. Going to go down the racetrack. Hard contact with the outside wall. He got turned down to the bottom of the racetrack and drove it into the outside wall. We're going to get another car collected. That's the 14. He's going to get into the wall. Looks like we're going to stay green flag, though. So Swan, that is going to knock the 54 of Chad Ashley out of competition. But up front, a little contact we saw back there between Biddy and the 62 of Hornig. But up front across the line, a full 5 fingers in the air from Barney the flagman. Sabo on the bottom of the racetrack. Jonathan Kibby on the outside. Watch Kibby cross him over here off of 2. He has got to run down to the bottom of the racetrack. Here comes Jonathan Kibby back to the lead. And where did Cody Deek come from in the 76? We have not said his name in the last 15 or 20 laps, but he is now up here in the fight. He's now up to third. He makes his way around Colin Swanson. He has got to run down on the bottom of the racetrack. They got a lap car contact right there as Sabo had to avoid the lap car, dove down the bottom of the racetrack, got into contact with Kibby. That is going to give Kibby the lead, but here comes Cody Deek. Cody Deek has got his nose out in front of the 13. They're going to make contact there again. It's pretty much going to be who finishes this race with the cleanest car, because right there, Kibby gets into the outside wall. We're still 3 wide. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3. Deek now sticks his nose out in front, about half a car, and he's got the lead. But here comes Sabo with a run off of 4. And he will lead across the stripe this time with 3 to go. Actually, no, correction. Kibby's going to lead that lap. Jonathan Kibby and Damon Sabo contact once again off of turn number 2. You couldn't put a piece of paper between them right there. And Kibby to the outside wall one more time. But he is going to gain some momentum actually off of that. He is going to pull away from Sabo. Swanson now to second. Here is also Timothy Watson, another name we haven't talked about. He did start up in second. He's now back up to 4th. He's on the outside of the 76 of Cody Deek. Horney going to stick his nose down the bottom. We're 3 wide across the line. 2 to go. Next time by will be the white flag. Jonathan Kibby with the lead. He's got about 5 or 6 car length advantage. Can anybody get a run here? Sabo and Swanson side by side for second. Timothy Watson now in 4th. Cody Deek 5th. 3 wide for second. Watson's going to go to 3rd. Off of turn number 4 across the stripe. This will be the white flag. Jonathan Kibby is going to lead at the white flag. 1 more lap left to go. We're 3 wide for second. Kibby likes what he's seeing in the mirror behind him. If they're racing 3 wide back there, that's going to give him every advantage. Going to let him get away from this field. And he is doing just that. As we look a little further back here. This is, contact right there. Swanson's going to get turned off the nose of Deek. They're both going to go around. Swanson and Deek spinning down the back straightaway. We'll get back to the front here. Jonathan Kibby off of turn number 4. This is his race. He's got to go about another half a straightaway. He will pick up the victory here tonight. Damon Sabo in second. Watson takes a nose down the inside, and it looks like Sabo's going to come home in second. Watson in 3rd. Hornig in 4th. Kibby 5th. Anthony Beazle 6th. Brandon Biddy's going to come home in 7th. An unfortunate there for Swanson and for Deek. I'm not sure who that is, all tore up there, limping on the outside of the racetrack, but that car was pretty tore up. The 76 of Cody Deek still sitting down on the back straightaway. He's limping around. You can see that car. That car is tore up. You can't even drive that thing straight. We're going to take another look here at that last lap. While I catch my breath a little bit. So let's keep an eye here on Cody Deek and Swanson. As they're coming down the back straightaway, we're going to go ahead and come off of turn number 4, white flag as they come across the line. Swanson makes an aggressive move down to the bottom where it's basically 3 wide there for second. Deek up here on the outside. And let's see what happens right here. I see Swanson's going to come up in a 3 wide situation. He can make contact with the 14 as the 14 just saw a hole right there, dove in there, and unfortunately Swanson did not see Deke sneaking up on the outside. They're going to make contact, and they're going to go around on the back straightaway. But in the meantime, the 13 of Jonathan Kibbe going to drive away, take the victory here at Chicagoland for the Smokin Thunder Arca Rookie Series. All right, let's go ahead and see if we can find anybody up in the booth. So, well, I'm in the booth. Let's see if we can find anybody else in the Discord to talk to. I don't see anybody in the waiting room. Oh, there's Jonathan Kibbe. All right, let's see here. I don't have the ability to drag him in here. We're going to go down to where he's at. Jonathan, you got Chris in the booth. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir, I can.
All right. Well, this was my first adventure here with the Smokin Thunder Arca series, and holy mackerel, man, I am out of breath. That last 10 laps was something to watch. Kind of tell us how it was from your perspective.
Starting to burn the tires up, especially late in that run. We were beating and banging everywhere. I mean, that was fun. That was a lot of fun. And then coming to 2 or 3 to go, I saw there was a gap, and I figured if I just got to hit my marks there and take it home.
Well, fantastic run. I mean, it was, right there with probably about 5 to go, there was about 8 of you all on top of each other. You're going at it there with Damon, and all of a sudden, here comes Timothy Watson into the picture. Cody Deke just kind of came out of nowhere in the 76 right there. Did you happen to be out there you were working with? Or you pretty much, this is my first time here with the Smokin Thunder, so were you working together, or did you have any help from any teammates there at any point?
Yeah, I had my younger brother Jordan up there. At one point, I had my teammate and one of my best friends, Colin Swanson, right there. So we were trying to work together and try to get the podium sweep. But unfortunately, I saw what happened in my rear view. I didn't really see exactly, what happened, who took each other out. But I just saw it, and I knew right then and there that it was my race to win.
Yeah, you had a good advantage there. You won across the white flag, maybe about 5 or 4 or 5. You had to like what you were seeing, them racing 3 wide behind you there.
Oh, yeah, that was, I knew right then and there, seeing them all racing each other instead of trying to catch me. I knew that I just had to hit my marks, try not to burn the tires up.
Well, congratulations on the victory, my friend. But before we get you out of here, I guess we'll probably see you Friday night as well. But before we get you out of here, anybody you want to give a thanks to?
Jeff, Charisse, AJ, always tuning in, always watching. Supporters right there. I saw Todd in the chat as well. So I want to say, hey, Todd, thanks for joining tonight.
I hope you weren't looking at that while you were driving.
Oh, no, I see it after now.
All right, man. Well, congratulations on the win. It was a really fun one to watch. I'm really anxious to kind of go back and watch it myself. So fantastic job.
Me too.
Yeah, man. We'll see you again next time.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, don't see anybody else up in the waiting room here. We're looking for Sabo and Watson, and I don't see anybody else in the Discord. So we're just going to go and close it out here, take a look at the full results here. Full results after 75 laps here at Chicagoland. Jonathan Kibbe bringing home the win after starting back in 13th. Damon Sabo in 2nd. Timothy Watson, Tyler Hornig, Jordan Kibbe, Anthony Beasel. I'm sure I'm saying Anthony's name wrong. Send me a note. Brandon Biddy, Sammy McClellan, Randy Watt, Scotty Jansen. That rounds out the top 10. And then we're going to change the page here because right now that's showing the 21st. We're going to look at 11th. That is Cody Baumeister in 11th. Cody Kassler in 12th. Alex Mennett 13th. Paul Durkee 14th. Colin Swanson falls back to 15th after having a good run. Cody Deke, Colin and Cody got together there late. Joseph Phillips, Trevor Banks, Kyle Shepard, Dwayne Pierce. That rounds out our top 20. Take a look here a little further back. David Riddle, Chancey Forrester, Shane Lobos, Tyler Merce, Avery DaCosta in 25th. Jacob Spencer, 26th. Chad Ashley in the 27th spot. Jacob Straw, 28th. Brandon Castletoe in 29th. And Austin B. Wood in 30th. And we go back here a couple more spots. We got Rick Setzer in the 31st spot and Luke Smith. And it looks like we may have Damon up in the chat with us. So we're going to jump down here with him. Damon, you got Chris in the booth. Are you there?
Yes, sir, I am.
All right, let me make sure I got your volume up here high enough. All right, man, that was as we were just talking with Jonathan a little bit ago. That was I got no other words to say, but that was freaking crazy, my friend. That was one of the
that was electric.
The last 10 or 15 laps of that were something.
Oh yeah, that was the most electric thing I think I've ever done. Going 3 wide and turn 2.
Well, I mean, I didn't see when you pitted it. So you pitted a little bit later than most of the other drivers, or actually, that's just showing when you just pitted. So, but you put up a good fight up there. I mean, there was 7 or 8 of you guys just going at it right there. Kind of tell us the last few laps what you were thinking, or were you just kind of hanging on to the edge of the seat, or did you have a plan?
I definitely did not have a plan, but I felt fast and I had the inside on them, and I was just losing in turn 2 every single lap. And then that last lap, everybody just came up on me out of nowhere, and I did not expect that.
Well, man, I hope you get a chance to go back and watch it. We didn't get on till a little bit late, but I'm sure glad we got on and at least cover the last half of this race because it was definitely something to watch, man. But
yes, it was.
And you make my life challenging, man. You got 14 on the car, 56 on the scoreboard. That's a broadcaster's nightmare. Well, fantastic run out there tonight, man. I know we got some more races coming our way, but before we get out of here tonight, anybody else you want to give a thanks to?
I'd like to thank my girlfriend for watching me all night, and that's all. And you guys for putting on the race, of course.
Well, appreciate it, man. Really appreciate you being here. Appreciate being a part here with the Smokin' Thunder Arca series. But all right, man. Well, good luck to the rest of the season, and I'm sure we'll talk to you once again.
All righty, I appreciate it.
All right, take care.
You too.
All right, that's going to do it for our top 3 interview. We take a look here. We're going to go ahead and get stepping out. But again, tomorrow night, do not forget, we got more action coming your way. The Victory Lane Outlaws Cars Late Model Series. Liam Irving bringing you coverage Friday night. We got the Half Decent Racing League Xfinity Series. And Saturday night, if you like Super Speedway and you'd like to watch some of the best in Super Speedway racing, join us here for the WRE Racing Saturday Night Fever. That is, if you're not familiar with the money racing side community of iRacing, Super Speedway is where it's at, so join us for that one as well. So we're going to go ahead and get ourselves checked out here, but from all of us here at DRSN, I just want to say thank you so much for spending your evening with us. I'm Chris Murphy saying keep it smooth, keep it smart, and if you can't do that, at least keep it entertaining for the folks at home. We're going to see you next time. Good night.